Today I feel like I'm a grandfather. Why? Because I've brought all the children and the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren together for a final celebration. But it's not a final celebration, it's a start.
We are here, we roll up our sleeves, we're here to make the solutions.
The core aim of this convention is to protect the human health and the environment.
We cannot afford to work in silos anymore. That season's gone.
Despite economic and political challenges to reduce and tackle pollution, the 2025 BRS COPs have brought us together. Across our plenaries, roundtable discussions, side events, and contact groups, we continue progressing the sound management of chemicals and wastes. Over 2,000 participants, delegates, scientists, youth, businesses, and academia integrating solutions and nurturing synergies, working through our challenges to advance our collective effort. This is how we make visible the invisible.
We're celebrating like 20 years of the conventions. Now we have 10 years of the Paris Agreement on climate. We know it's a difficult geopolitical world right now, but we need to show the world that environmental governance is there and protecting people's life is more important than any economical growth.
Can we decouple pollution from development and economic development? I believe we can.
So the Basel, the Rotterdam, and Stockholm conventions didn't start out as a triad. It started out in different times with 3 different conventions. But then there was this realization by member states that actually there would be greater impact if we work together.
This is not only about, of course, collaboration between the secretaries. The key is to ensure national coherence on a national level. And I've seen many champions demonstrating that they're already doing this at this BRS COP.
The more political coherence you contribute with, the less financial needs that countries will have.
When I look at the whole landscape in the puzzle, if you had a jigsaw puzzle, there's only one piece missing, and that is our science policy panel.
We do a lot of work on the ground, taking samples, see what's happening, why people are suffering to the chemicals exposure. We can't afford any longer for the people on the ground to suffer from toxic chemicals exposure.
I see that the Rotterdam Convention has a lot to do if we speak about making something what is invisible, visible. Visible risk, visible consequences, visible needs. Because with information which you provide, you let people to know, to understand something what they have not been aware of.
I think at the end of the day, from an agriculture perspective, when we talk about Rotterdam Convention and adhering to the implementation, we're actually thinking of the benefits to the people. Like if we're going to list a chemical, we're listing it because it's harmful to our community, it's harmful to our children, it's harmful for our farming community.
For years together, there were parties who were opposed to such listing in Annex 3 to Rotterdam Convention. And finally, they were convinced and there was sufficient scientific evidence. And that's why carbosulfan has been listed.
The Basel Convention is evolving to meet today's urgent challenges, from e-waste to toxic chemicals. The adopted decisions mark a strong step forward in protecting people and the planet. Every amendment, every new listing, every decision is a brick in the wall, safeguarding us from a toxic future.
One of the most significant milestones we've reached is the adoption of the work program for the Stockholm Compliance Committee. Furthermore, the decisions made at this COP regarding the listing of new chemicals marks a historic advancement. It's evident that our conference has not only made the invisible visible, but it has laid down actionable pathways to manage and mitigate the impacts of hazardous chemicals and waste.
We do have a lot of eyes on all of us at this moment, and some of those eyes are trusting ones, and others are very skeptical. And so bringing the voices together around the conventions to really demonstrate that there has been meaningful success, I think is one of the most important accomplishments that we can come out of these conventions with.
We heard that significant emphasis has been placed on the criticality of taking action on pollution, on the criticality of circularity, and on the criticality of means of implementation.
All around, I think the parties have delivered. It's really been a lot of hard work, but we've made a lot of progress.
There is a lot of hope, there is a lot of desire, there is a lot of examples. We have pilots, we know what needs to be done, we know how to do it.
Multilateralism works, and what we are seeing here at the Basel, Rotterdam, and Stockholm conventions is multilateralism at work.
We're working here, even though there are challenges, we're working through it, and we keep on working in Panama for the next COP in 2027.